I'm in this state of bliss right now that I'm not sure how to explain.
Dr. Clint G. Rogers here. So excited that you're experiencing the ancient secrets in person by coming for a pulse consultation. Now, the pulse consultation itself, although it's a relatively short experience, the actual applications of these ancient secrets in your life over the next months is the most important thing that will happen. The pulse consultation itself is like getting a roadmap, understanding what's happening on a deep level, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. After the consultation with me, you'll have a follow-up appointment where someone will go into detail about diet, herbs, marma, home remedies. And the most important thing is applying them over the next period of months. I would say 6 months, and then come and see me again, and we can adjust if needed. This story is an example of what happens when you're persistent. It's a real honest story from Marissa about what happens with her case.
After he read my pulse, gave me the information about myself. Clint, you had asked me, what do you want? Was to live well, because I was suffering inside and I could not express that. I didn't know how to. Number one, the framework. After you are meeting at a pulse clinic, the framework is so important to have because it gives you this mental model of the journey that you will be on. It's not easy, but it is very accurate for each and every one of us. So I followed that, and the detox was a very difficult thing, but I'll tell you what, the support system, if I did not have that, I would not have continued. To hear other people's stories on it, I would not have continued. Then I hear from Zenka, and she was on the same exact day, started with me, and I heard from her and I go, I can do this because Zenka can do this, and this person can do this. And it is a contagious healing, but it is easy to fall into traps and pitfalls. I make my kids mac and cheese and chicken strips, and I eat, a little bit with them. I stopped doing that. I stopped drinking alcohol. It was my tool for relaxation, replacing it with tea. I started to feel better. Now there's a picture circulating around with me. I put this little collage together because I wanted to see for myself. Okay, so last night we were in bed, my son and I said, here, look at this picture. Do you know who these people are? And he says, I know who that one is on the far right, and I know who the middle one is, but I don't know who the one is on the very left. And my son is going to be 8 years old, and he did not recognize me. I know that's me, but I don't recognize her either. I don't recognize that any longer. What happened? Well, how did I go from that to that in 6 months? The Hmong soup was huge because what the Hmong soup does is it is the most anti-inflammatory soup on the planet. I'll just say that. You'll be so surprised how quickly the healing starts to occur once the inflammation starts leaving the body. It's like it melts away. I felt better. I could get back on my yoga mat and practice. My moods started to be more steady. My mental clarity started coming back, so my intellectual came back. And that actually helped my business. My business is elevating, and soon I hope to open a yoga art studio in Grand Forks, North Dakota, that I've been working on for the last 6 months. So kind of
Wow, bravo.
And then the physical, all of the habits that I had before, I had to unlearn. I had to start unlearning to learn again. It was like a baby learning how to walk again.
When we feel numb, sometimes we're afraid to feel all the feelings. And the fact that physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're in a position where, even as you're saying it right now, there's like a gratitude in being able to feel sadness instead of numbness. There's a gratitude to feel whatever is the feelings that come.
Having that container, that support system is so important. You didn't feel like you were alone, but when you start to be in this container of love, like we all are, it is so powerful. I have seen my children become happier children because I healed the relationships with their father as much as I could on my end. And I think when we do that, even if the other person isn't aware of it, it changes. What is ours to take on is to forgive. I'm gonna show you my tools. Now, this is kind of the framework I was set up with.
Yeah.
book.
Well, also the Moong Soup Kit too. I'll just show.
Oh,
This
my
is the,
soup kit.
here's the Moong Soup Kit. As a result, she started losing weight, feeling happier, started to glow, her skin, her hair.
It's spiritual upgrading. I'm in this state of bliss right now that I'm not sure how to explain. That was the framework that Clint had set up for me at the Pulse Clinic. To kind of summarize it is, you have to want to change before any change takes place. And having the best tools of the ancient secrets is your framework. And we're here for every single one of you that wants to take that first step into your healing journey.
Wow.
So I think that's all I really have for right now. I say one more thing.
Absolutely.
Dr. Naram, I never met him personally, but thank you so much for weaving your love and your wisdom through every single person on this earth, and mostly everybody on this call.
The forces of love are holding us, and Dr. Ram, as a symbol of the forces of love, are holding all of us.
Everyone has their own path. Sometimes the healing comes faster, sometimes it takes more time, but consistently, if you give 100%, then your body, mind, and emotions respond. Instead of a quick fix, it's about healing yourself deeper and deeper.
I invite you to read this book again and again and give it as a gift to whom you love the most. It can change your life forever. I love you. Namaskar.